尊敬的各位来宾，本次会议将于5分钟之后开始，请您尽快就座，并将手机等通讯设备关闭或置于静音状态。谢谢您的合作。
Ladies and gentlemen, the event will begin shortly in 5 minutes. Can we please ask for you to kindly take your seats? We would also like to remind you to switch off all mobile phones and put electronic devices to silent mode. Thank you for your cooperation.
欢迎贵宾入场。
Welcome our VIP guests.
诸位嘉宾。
欢迎来到2023年世界第1个大会闭幕式的现场。下面请观看大会闭幕。
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to closing ceremony of World Geothermal Congress 2023. Please take a look at the review video of the Congress.
有请主持人，中国石油化工集团有限公司副总经理牛栓文先生。
Let's welcome Mr. Niu Shenwen, Vice President of China Petrochemical Corporation. Welcome.
"尊敬的格里姆松阁下、布罗格主席，尊敬的副阁部长、任军东副局长，各位领导、院士、专家，女士们、先生们、朋友们，大家下午好！经过全体与会代表3000来的共同努力，2023年世界地热大会接近尾声，即将落。
The World Geothermal Congress 2023 will come to a close. First of all, on behalf of Sinopec, please allow me to express my warm congratulations on the successful completion of the agenda and the fruitful results of the Congress. And my heartfelt thanks to all the delegates, staff, and volunteers who have worked hard for the success of the Congress. Thank you very much. Guests attending the closing ceremony are Mr. Oliver Grimson, Chairman of Arctic Circle, former President of Iceland. Mr. Sylvan Brogley, President of IGA. Mr. Thomas Puk, State Minister of Mine, Ethiopia. Mr. Ren Jingdong, Deputy Administrator of the National Energy Administration of China. Mr. Zhang Dawei, Vice President of CNPC, Senior Vice President of PetroChina, and Mr. Yang, Vice President of CNOC. And we also have the Director of IGE boards and the representatives from geothermal industry, from the government's industry research institute and academics to present here today. Let's warmly welcome all of you to come here for the closing ceremony. Now, let's give the floor to His Excellency, Mr. Oliver Grimson, Chairman of Arctic Circle, former President of Iceland. Welcome.
Your Excellencies, Chairman Ma, and other distinguished leaders of Sinopac and Chinese institutions, international participants, it has indeed been a great honor for me to participate in this historic World Geothermal Congress. I am absolutely convinced that as we move forward to years and decades to come, the history of the geothermal global endeavors will be marked by reference to how the geothermal world was before the Beijing World Geothermal Congress and how it moved forward with even greater strength after the World Geothermal Congress in Beijing. For those of us who have followed the geothermal industry for a long time, this Congress has indeed been historic. It's been a landmark because it has demonstrated the entry of China, the leading global economy in the 21st century, into the geothermal world in such a way that no one can doubt after this Congress that in addition to the Chinese achievement in the field of solar power, wind power, now the leadership of China in the field of geothermal power has been added to that extraordinary renewable energy portfolio. The Congress has also consolidated the extraordinary achievement of the cooperation between my country, Iceland, and China in the area of geothermal. How Sinopac, together with Arctic Green Energy, has in an extraordinary short time created the largest urban heating geothermal project in the world, bringing over 70 Chinese cities into the world of clean heating, reducing the pollution, improving the health and the lives of millions and millions of people. It is a manifestation that in these global times of somewhat increasing tensions, countries, small and large, can cooperate together. And yesterday, I was honored to be present at the signing of an agreement between Sinopac and Arctic Green Energy of taking the China-Icelandic geothermal model to other countries, to entering into a new global era of geothermal success. In addition, as I watched the participants of this great Congress, I was thrilled to see a new generation of geothermal scientists, experts, business leaders, policymakers coming together. For those of us who have for decades been in these endeavors, to welcome this new generation, which has had such a prominent place in the Beijing World Geothermal Congress, is indeed an emotional experience which warms our hearts. People of the young generation from 54 countries have traveled here to China to celebrate the advancement of the geothermal industry. So I hope, like all of you, will feel extraordinarily proud when you leave this historic Congress. And I hope also that Chairman Ma and all those dedicated people of Sinopec and various other Chinese institutions will also feel very proud. That they will realize that what they have created here as hosts to the World Geothermal Congress is of historic importance, not just to China and Sinopec, but also to the world, which now increasingly is facing severe climate challenges all over the world, with extreme weather patterns, rising sea levels, forest fires, and other disasters. The only solution to the climate challenge that is going to have a formidable impact is to change the way that our cities and towns are heated and cooled all over the world. And there, the geothermal solution will and must play a crucial part. And with this Congress, China has stated, not just to the world, but also to itself, that China is going to play a leading role in that transformation, as it has in the last 10 to 15 years in the field of solar power, wind power, and other renewable energy resources. It has indeed, for all of us, and the geothermal world, been a landmark Congress. But it has also been a landmark Congress for the global battle against climate change. And I will be honored, together with other leading organizers of this conference, including President Ma and my Icelandic colleagues, to come to the COP28 meeting in Dubai in the beginning of December, to share with all the negotiators and the ministers and the leaders of those important climate negotiations the message, the vision from the Beijing World Geothermal Congress. And with these words, on behalf of my country, the Icelandic delegation, and the entire international participants, I want to thank Chairman Ma and the leadership of Sinopec and the leadership of the International Geothermal Association for all the efforts and the splendid way they have brought us all together. We are honored to be your guest, and we are proud to be partners in the success of the Beijing World Geothermal Congress. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mr. Grimson. Now let's give the floor to Mr. Ren Jingdong, Deputy Administrator of NEA. Welcome.
Distinguished Mr. Ma Yongsheng, President Bruegel, dear guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The 3 days of the World Geothermal Congress is about to conclude. After the joint efforts of all of the participants, we can say that the World Geothermal Congress has been a complete success. On behalf of the NEA, I would like to congratulate on the success of the World Geothermal Congress. And I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to all of the participants for your long-term support. Over the past 3 days, participants, political decision makers, and head of the international organizations, research institutes, from academicians, scholars, professors from 71 countries gathered here surrounding the theme of clean energy and green earth to conduct in-depth discussions. We broaden our horizon and harvest friendship. Through the mutual learning, we managed to promote cooperation. Definitely, this Congress will lay a great foundation to the promotion of the world geothermal industry. The World Geothermal Congress, it can be seen as the Olympic in the geothermal sector. This Congress is of great significance with international vision, and it is also a very great gathering. There are 3 highlights to this Congress. First of all, we have accumulated a very high level of academicians with over 1,000 of publications specializing all of the most advanced advantages and research results. Second, we also cover all of the areas in geothermal field. And thirdly, we also share the utilization of geothermal energies and as well as the innovation results. We share cooperation opportunities and so as to promote the high quality development of geothermal industry. Geothermal energy will become a mainstream and play a very important role to the green transition of a lot of countries. And we are currently embarking into a rapid development of the geothermal industry, and we can see the accelerating development of the competitiveness of this industry. And there are a lot of backbones and talents in this industry, and in the new round of energy revolution, geothermal energy is going to play a major role. And NEA will continue to support the development of renewable energies, including geothermal, so as to accelerate the economic recovery as well as the green transition of the energy sector. Finally, please allow me to, on behalf of the NEA, to express our sincere gratitude and rewards to all of the participants. I wish you a good career and good health. Thank you. Thank you, Jingdong, for your great words. Next, I would like to give the floor to the representative of the great supporter of this Congress, Mr. Zhang Daowei, Vice President of CNPC, Senior Vice President of PetroChina. Distinguished leaders, guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to congratulate the World Geothermal Congress on its great success. In September, we gathered in Beijing to share the great fruit given to us by the earth, that is, the clean geothermal. And taking this opportunity, on behalf of CNPC, I would like to congratulate the great success of the World Geothermal Congress, and to my heartfelt thanks to those who have been long-term supporting the development of the geothermal during the 14th five-year plan. The ecological civilized development has entered into a new strategic era, and we focused on the low-carbon development to accelerate the high quality of economic development. And during the past 3 years, 3 days, we talked about the cutting-edge technological achievements in the geothermal industry, and we also demonstrate the bright prospects of the geothermal development and utilizations. And our enthusiasm for this industry was as hot as the Earth's core. And the collision and interweaving of thoughts and opinions erupt into new source of energy. Thank you so much for your great input. And this is indeed a knowledge feast for all of us. And we also would like to thank the hard work of all of the organizers for presenting us with such a great platform of international exchange. This is a truly milestone for the geothermal industry in China. It marking that we have entered into the international community, and we can talk about the Chinese experiences and the great results. And this is also a very important fruit, accumulating the efforts from the government, industries, universities, and so that we will be able to promote the transformation of the energy structure and realizing the geocarbon goal. After 50 years of exploration, the geothermal industry in China has embarked into a new development pathway with local characteristics. And for example, we have the direct utilization installed capacity ranking in one of the leading places in the world. And the geothermal resources in China, characterized by the rich resources and stable supply, it can play a greater important role in the energy transition in China. CNPC, as the great bottleneck backbone to accelerate the green energy transition, we decided to transform ourselves into integrated solution supplier that include all of the research renewable energies. And over the past few years, CNPC accelerate the development of geothermal energy, and we have the 14th five-year plan of action plan to accelerate the development. We also try to promote the expansion and service in geothermal energies. In the future, we would like to work with all of you to promote cooperation. With our joint effort, we will be able to build a ever brighter future together. In the past, we tried to get more oil and gases from the earth, and today we are turning into the cleaner geothermal energy. In the rapid development of the world, we have embarked into a new chapter in accelerating the development of the global geothermal industry. The path is long, however, as long as we stick together, we will be able to see the whole. And we would work together with all of the colleagues to add fuel to the geothermal industry and let the clean steam drive the wheel of the times and warm thousands of households with pure warmth. Finally, I wish this Congress a great success. I wish you a good health and all the best. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Zhang Daowei, for your wonderful presentation. Next, I would like to give the floor to another great supporter, Mr. Yang Yun, Vice President of CNUC Limited, Chief Safety Officer and General Manager of New Energy Department. Let's welcome. Distinguished leaders, guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good afternoon. First of all, on behalf of CNUC Company, I would like to express our great congratulations on the successful convening of this Congress. This Congress is hosted by the China National Geothermal Energy Centers, and there are 10 sub-forums and with over 300 of presentations. And we gathered here in Beijing to have in-depth communications on the geothermal energy exploration, development, utilization, and the state-of-the-art technologies. We talked about the development model and utilization, application, scenarios, and definitely it will promote the technical exchanges and development, and especially high quality development of the geothermal industry. President Xi Jinping attached great importance to the realization of the geocarbon goal and included into the national strategy of the ecological civilization. And the geocarbon goal means that we need to achieve carbon neutrality before 2060, and CNOOC over the past few years has become the top 10 in the global top 250 companies in the geothermal exploration. And currently CNOOC decisively implement the important spirit of and instruction posed by President Xi Jinping with regard to the realization of the geocarbon goal, and we stick to the high quality development pathway with low carbon and green development. And we have the 14th five-year plan, action plan, focusing on the green development, low carbon development, and energy transition. In 2022, the company formulate and implement the Green Development Action Plan, as well as the Dual Carbon Action Plan, and we would to peak by 2030 and have a long-range development goal to 2035. And here are the accelerating the development of the geothermal industry is a very important way for us to improve our energy structure, accelerate the high quality development, and also a very important direction for us to achieve the green energy transition. It is also a very important and a necessary path for us to achieve the high quality development. In terms of the utilization of the geothermal energy, we have achieved a lot based on the principles of experiment first and application demonstration second. We also focus on the South Sea plain, which is a place with rich geothermal resources and regional temperatures is around 390 degrees. And this is the high temperature area for the geothermal energy exploration.
Third, we will use our offshore oil and natural gas platform to have a comprehensive utilization together with the geothermal, and to have a very high efficiency power generation system to utilize the different key technologies. In this case, we can promote the environmentally friendly and low carbon energy conserving oil and gas development model with a zero carbon or even negative carbon. And also we will have coordinated development of different resources to have the development mode with oil, gas, geothermal, and other renewable energies to have green development with different sources and demonstration impact of the different resources. And at the same time, we also realize that China's geothermal development on the sea is at the initial stage with a lot of challenges, with the different ways of exploitation and re-injection and the different facilities. We need to have a lot of studies on the technologies and equipment with a lot of projects. So hereby I would like to invite all of you to guide and support CNOOC and to have large-scale development of offshore geothermal development to promote the large scale and development with a good economic benefit. Ladies and gentlemen, with this very severe task, we need to move forward, and CNOC needs to move forward with our momentum to promote the development of geothermal exploitation and utilization, to promote the ecological development and protection, and to make our due contributions to the energy transition. Now I congratulate on the great success of this Congress. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your speech. Now let's give the floor to the representative of our sponsors, Mr. Hawker Hudson, Chairman of Arctic Green Energy. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, Excellencies, geothermal clean heating and cooling is the world's next energy revolutions. Cities running on fossil fuels are suffering from pollution, harming people and the environment. While the world has made impressive progress in decarbonizing our electricity system and transportations, heating and cooling has been largely ignored. All of the world's electricity grids only add up to less than 20% of the total global energy usage every year. Heating and cooling, however, account for more than 50%, more than half of the energy usage every year. And heating and cooling is still predominantly sourced from dirty fossil fuels, with accompanying pollution, black skies, and threats to public health. Millions of people are suffering or dying because of air pollution, and a large part of that pollution is from generating heat to stay warm or cold. Until we successfully address heating and cooling, the world will simply not reach its climate targets. Geothermal heating has proven to be the best answer to the world's heating and cooling needs. Best in terms of decarbonization, cleaner environment, and improved public health. It also beats the fossil fuels on the economic front with lower costs and is a good business to be in. How do I know this, that geothermal is the best solution? I grew up in Iceland, in a country that has 100% of its primary energy from clean sources, and all of our space heating is done with geothermal. And I lived to see this heating transition of Iceland. It has happened within my lifetime. So there we have a case study from a whole country with clean heating from geothermal. Iceland is also the country with the lowest heating prices in Europe and complete price stability. Here in China, we also have approved that geothermal is the best solution for heating and cooling. Here we have done it on a massive scale. Over the last 18 years, Arctic Green Energy and our partners at Sinopec have built the world's largest and fastest growing geothermal heating and cooling company. Sinopec Green Energy has proven on a massive scale that geothermal is absolutely the best solution. Since 2006, this joint venture has saved the world over 24 million tons of CO2 emissions, and we are still counting. We are proud to be in this auditorium with fellow believers in geothermal. The next energy revolution, transitioning to clean heating and cooling, will not happen on its own. Geothermal has long enough been lurking in the shadows at the fringes of the clean energy spectrum. Now is our time to step into the limelight and replicate what our colleagues in the solar industry and the wind industry have done so well. Together, we need to educate the decision makers, the policy makers, and the public on how geothermal changes the brown skies into clear blue skies, and how this transformational energy has been proven viable and profitable on a very, very large scales with advantages far beyond the fossil fuels. At this World Geothermal Congress, Arctic Green and Sinopec are announcing a very exciting expansion of our partnership from a regional one to a global mandate. We are going global. We have transformed cities across China, and we now want to partner with you to transform your cities and turn your skies blue. Finally, I would like to congratulate the International Geothermal Association and Sinopec for this event, for a very, very successful World Geothermal Congress and the hard work that made this event a resounding success. Thank you, and I hope you will join us in the next energy revolution.
Thank you very much, Mr. Henderson, for your wonderful speech. In the organization of our Congress, we have gained support from a lot of outstanding enterprises from the globe. Now let's give the floor to Haku Hudson, Chairman of Arctic Green Energy, and Mr. Jiang Tiansheng, and Mr. Liu Yuxiang from Kunshan Textile Mechanical Company. Now let's welcome Mr. Ma Yongsheng, Chairman of China Petrochemical Corporation, and Mr. Broccoli, President of IGA, to present the awards to our companies. I would like to thank again the partners and the representatives. I would like to thank Chairman Ma and President Broccoli. Now let's give the floor to Mr. Sylvan Broccoli, President of IGA. Welcome.
Chairman, President, Excellency, all protocol observed, my dear friends, my dear geothermal community, after these 3 days of heavy work, welcome to this closing ceremony. Thank you very much to the host country, China. Thank you to the organizing committee, Sinopec. Thank you to the IGA steering committee, members and board directors, and many thanks to all sponsors, attendees, and all the young voluntary students. We are very proud about the achievement during these 3 days of work and exchange. With this closing moment, we are very excited of starting a new era, which is after Beijing in geothermal. Let me propose 3 very important targets that IGA has fixed and of which I am continuing of all of you supports and over big or small companies. Target number 1, starting the new era of geothermal, an era of working together on all issues on the agenda of the geothermal value chain, an era of innovation and digitalization, an era of emerging from a niche market to a recognized actor of renewable energy, an era of setting ambitious targets jointly with the entire global renewable sector, demonstrating today with a call for tripling the renewable targets in the run up to the Climate Week in New York. Target number 2, propose under the IGA lead a global geothermal gateway platform. What is this platform doing? Raising massive investment support from public sector, institution, fund mitigation, and fund insurance. Access to green bonds, carbon credit of country to invest on finance geothermal projects. Mobilize economical and technical engagement from private sector, especially from the oil and the gas. Target number 3, the Global Geothermal Impact Program. We, IGA, are here to give back a help to other countries, and they are in needs, especially those under direct threats of the adverse impact of the climate change. Therefore, we are launching with a country support program our Promote Impact Amplify program to select 10 countries, train 1,000 people with an impact of 1 million people. Ladies and gentlemen, they may look ambitious and impossible to achieve, but in the beautiful words of Nelson Mandela, it always seems impossible until it is done. We have a huge responsibility and a tremendous tool with the geothermal resources for climate change, for the good of our children, for the good of our grandchildren, and for the entire planet. Because, however different of our culture may look, we share the same interest when it comes to climate action and geothermal development. Thank you to China. Thank you to Sinopec. Thank you, Beijing. On us is now the inspired task to talk about knowledge, relation, business opportunity made and look over towards Calgary. Calgary in Canada is the coming next World Geothermal Congress in 2026. In order to achieve and ensure the sustainable growth of geothermal energy, we count on all of you to see you in Calgary. Thank you.
Mr. Brago, for your wonderful presentation. Next, I would like to welcome Mr. Ma Yongsheng, the president of PetroChina, to deliver a speech. Distinguished Mr. Grimson, President Brago, Deputy Director General Ren Jingdong, dear leaders, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Through the joint efforts of all of the guests, the 7th World Geothermal Congress has successfully completed all of the agendas and is about to conclude after 3 years, after 3 days. On behalf of the organizing committee of the Congress and on behalf of the organizer of the Congress, Sinopec, I would like to express my warm congratulations on the success of the Congress. I would also like to express my heartfelt thanks to all of the ministries, international organizations, sister organizations, research institutes, enterprises, volunteers, and colleagues. Over the past 3 days, focusing on the theme of clean geothermal, green earth, the participating guests conducted in-depth discussions and exchanges in the areas of technological innovation, industrial development, and mutual beneficial cooperation, and achieved a series of fruitful results. I talked with Grimson and Brago before, and we jointly believe that this Congress presented us with a series of fruitful results, and we feel more confident than ever, especially the Beijing Declaration adopted by the Congress. It's bound to inject strong impetus for the high-quality development of the global geothermal industry. There is an old Chinese saying that those who share the same ambition are not as far away as mountains and oceans. We come from all over the world and come together to protect the ecological environment, cope with climate change, and maintain energy security. It is our common wish and responsibility to accelerate the clean and efficient development and utilization of geothermal energy and promote global green and low-carbon development. Today, China has a very favorable environment and strong momentum for the development of geothermal industry. We can all feel in the opening ceremony, the Vice Premier Zhang Guoqing, in his opening speech, had pointed out clearly that Chinese government's ambition in accelerating the high-quality development of geothermal energy. Today, Chinese companies and research institutes has accumulated strength and rich experience in the clean and efficient development and utilization of geothermal. We are willing to work more closely with the global geothermal community to share opportunities, seek cooperation and development, and jointly write a new chapter for the high-quality development of the world's geothermal industry. Our gathering is short, but our friendship will last as long as the old wine. We will cherish the deep friendship with all parties during the World Geothermal Congress. We will not forget old friends, make new friends, and always be good friends, so as to accelerate the energy transition, promote climate governance, and benefit the people of the world by gathering stronger forces. Finally, I wish all of the friends from the global geothermal community a good health, great career, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman Ma, for your wonderful speech. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, according to the agenda, now, on behalf of the Organizing Committee of the Congress and IGA, I would like to announce the declaration of this Congress. Beijing Declaration, the timely development of geothermal. In this September, the geothermal community from 5 continents and 54 countries gathered in Beijing to participate in the World Geothermal Congress 2023 to study and discuss the world's geothermal exploration, development, and utilization to accelerate the development of renewable energy and to jointly address global climate change challenges. With the full implementation of Paris Agreement, the vision of carbon neutrality has reached a broad consensus globally. With more than 140 countries and regions announcing the goal of carbon neutrality, green and low-carbon development has become a global trend. Geothermal is a renewable energy with rich reserves, wide distribution, stability, and reliability, characterized by cleanness, low carbon, safety, and flexibility, which is one of the important ways to help realize the dual carbon goals. Over the years, geothermal power generation has a stable output and a high number of availability hours, which provides ideas and paths for solving the volatility of renewable energy power generation. In recent years, direct utilization of geothermal in heating and other fields have yielded great performance in energy saving and emission reduction. We firmly believe that geothermal will play an increasingly important role in the global energy transition process. In order to realize the high-quality development of the global geothermal industry, we will first adhere to the principle of sustainable development and raise the awareness of countries around the globe to respond to climate change by developing the geothermal industry, maintain the recyclable and sustainable exploration of resources through rational and efficient exploration and utilization methods to support the economic development while meeting the demands of energy in people's daily life. Second, adhere to the principle of openness and cooperation and jointly promote technological innovation and high-quality development of geothermal industry. Countries should work closely with each other to jointly promote the innovation and development of geothermal technology through mutual exchanges, discussions, and sharing, so as to share the Earth's precious natural resources. Third, adhere to the principle of fairness and reasonableness and steadily promote global geothermal cooperation and development. The International Geothermal Heating and Cooling Standards Committee will be formed to involve experts from various countries and promote the establishment of a common international standards so as to ensure the system and the safety and compliance of geothermal projects. Fourth, adhere to the principle of win-win sharing, and we will also continue to deepen cooperation in the global geothermal industry through joint development and utilization, optimization of resources, and sharing of energy empowerment will be achieved, creating more employment opportunities and benefits for all over the world and realizing common progress and prosperity. Here we call on decision makers in the geothermal industry to strengthen public awareness and policy support for geothermal. Geothermal is a global renewable energy source, and governments can encourage enterprises to develop comprehensive geothermal utilization and different types of application to introduce various forms of policy innovation and economic support. Second, promote the innovation and development of global geothermal technology, strengthen scientific research, investment, and innovation to improve the application of geothermal, and to promote highly efficient ways of geothermal, and to promote the digitalization and smart development of geothermal. Third, promote the transfer of geothermal technology and knowledge. Industries and academics in various countries can strengthen exchanges and cooperation on the premise of respecting intellectual property rights, jointly promote the transfer and application of geothermal technology and knowledge, and promote different programs. Fourth, link the successful transformation and global energy sources and promoting the co-development and integration of geothermal and other clean energy sources. Various energy agencies can strengthen cooperation and explore this coordinated development and joint utilization between geothermal and solar, wind, and other clean energy resources to have efficient utilization. Globally, promoting the development of and utilization of geothermal energy is of great significance in realizing the world's green and low-carbon development. We believe that with the attention and support of all sectors, geothermal will become one of the most popular and competitive energy sources in the world. We look forward to the joint efforts of governments, international community, enterprises, and academia to promote the high-quality development of the geothermal industry and make more important contributions to solving global energy and environmental problems and promoting sustainable development. Thank you.
Wonderful hosting.
女士们、先生们，下面请欣赏文艺表演。
Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the performance.
中国北京，感谢地热界奥林匹克大家庭的朋友们。
Beijing, China. Thanks to all the geothermal Olympic friends.
共建清洁地热、绿色地球是我们共同的心愿，也是送给孩子们最好的礼物。
Clean geothermal and green earth are our common aspirations and the best gifts for the future generations.
茉莉是友谊之花，让我们携手为推进地热能源与其他清洁能源融合发展、和衷共济，迈向未来。
Jasmine is the flower of friendship. Let's work together to promote the integration and development of geothermal energy and other clean energy and create a win-win future.
下面请欣赏童声合唱《茉莉花》。
Please enjoy children's choir, Jasmine. Welcome.
谢谢这些可爱的小朋友们，地球是我们共同的家园。
Thanks to all these lovely children. The earth is our common home.
传统与现代，民族与世界，在美美与共中开枝散叶，在交流互鉴中蓬勃发展。
Tradition and modernity, nation and the world, may all flourish when we cherish and respect diverse beauties, and may all prosper with exchanges and mutual learning.
接下来，请欣赏古筝独奏《火舞耀阳》。
Please enjoy the guzheng solo, flames flying and rising. Welcome.
谢谢精彩表演。
Thank you for your wonderful performance.
人若不负青山，青山定不负人。让我们携手同行，构建全球能源伙伴关系，迈向地热发展共同体。
If we treat green hills as treasure, the green hills will pay back with treasure. Let's work together to build a global energy partnership toward a geothermal development community with a shared future.
千载画卷，只此青绿。让我们共同推动人类发展的巨轮驶向更加光明的未来。接下来，请欣赏舞蹈《绿水青山》。
1,000 years is a journey of a legendary landscape painting. Let us jointly promote the giant shape of human development towards a brighter future. Please enjoy the dance, clear waters, and green mountains.
清洁地热，绿色地球，独行快，众行远。
Clean geothermal and green earth. If you wanna go fast, go alone. If you wanna go far, go together.
祝贺2023年世界地热大会成功举办，让我们共续友情，共商合作，共赢互联，共创世界美好未来。
Congratulations to the success of World Geothermal Congress 2023, through which we've enhanced friendship, discussed cooperation, and created reciprocal interconnection to build a better future for the world.
接下来将进行世界地热大会主办权交接仪式，有请 IGA 秘书长玛丽特·布朗女士。
Next part is the handover ceremony for the hosting rights of the World Geothermal Congress. Let's welcome Ms. Merit Brown, Secretary General of IGA. Welcome!
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, my beloved community worldwide, geothermal, it is an honor for me to lead the final element of World Geothermal Congress 2023. The International Geothermal Association is rooted since 1988 in friendship, in partnership, and in collaboration all over the world. And I am extra happy to see that we remain true to our traditions and that we take very good care of our legacy. And with that, as always during our World Geothermal Congresses, we not only congratulate our current host by thanking once more for the fantastic cooperation over the past 3 years, and super proud today to stand here and having delivered an excellent World Geothermal Congress 2023 in Beijing. We are also super happy and very excited and feel the spirit of our coming cooperation. And it is my huge pleasure to, as per our legacy, lead this handover ceremony from Beijing to Calgary. So from our host China all the way to Canada, tens of thousands kilometers away, where I do hope to see all of you in 2026. I would like to ask first, on stage, on behalf of the WGC 2023 Organizing Committee, Mr. Dang, to come forward and stand on stage and represent our host. Witness our ceremony and to take good care of how this is being done, I would like to invite our current president of the IGA, Mr. Sylvain Brolé, to the stage. And it is with absolute honor and much delight that I would like to call to stage the Vice President of Geothermal Canada, the next host of WG 2026, Stephen Gresby. Delight, I would like to call to stage Geothermal Canada Board Member and Director, Mr. Nguyen. And we shall now pass on from host 23 to host 26 via our President of the IGA, a token of appreciation and a reward of respect towards the future. I would now like to give the microphone to Vice President Grasby on behalf of Geothermal Canada, our next host, to give his remarks.
Thank you. Well, I just have to express my deepest gratitude for the honor of being selected to host the next World Geothermal Congress in Calgary. It's a great honor, and we're delighted to receive such a beautiful gift from the Beijing Organizing Committee. It will remind us of the magnificent event we've all witnessed over the last 3 days. And I think it's going to serve as a constant reminder of how we've been humbled by the pure excellence of the organization that we've seen, that very high standards. It's going to be a big challenge for us to live up to this, but I think that Team Canada is ready to accept this challenge and responsibility, and we truly look forward to welcoming the world's geothermal community and all of you here to join us in Calgary in 2026. We look forward to seeing you there.
Welcome everyone to Canada to continue to tell your story about geothermal development and exploration.
Take a group picture. It is my pleasure to show you a video that our new host, Calgary, Canada 2026, has prepared for you to feel the spirit of how it's going to look like in 3 years from now. Have a look.
You are a person
And with that, it is the final closure of a magnificent World Geothermal Congress 2023. I am honored that I have the last points to make, and that is to wish you farewell and safe travels. Come home safe. Spread the word of geothermal, one person at a time. And third, I see you in Calgary. Thank you.
感谢IGA 秘书长玛丽特·布朗女士，再次感谢各位的支持与关注。2023年世界地热大会到此结束，让我们共同期待2026年卡尔加里再次相聚。谢谢大家，祝大家返程顺利，再见。